guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again with another trailer reaction video. This is one I wasn't expecting to do, but Disney have just dropped a brand new trailer for their upcoming Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Of course, the sequel to Maleficent, which came out a number of years ago now, was the sort of retelling, reimagining of Sleeping Beauty. Now they've done the sequel. This trailer, as I said, has kind of dropped out of nowhere. I certainly wasn't expecting this to drop. I had no prior knowledge of it dropping. Usually these drop like mid-afternoon, late afternoon my time, but this one just came overnight. So I'm guessing maybe they dropped it with some television event or something, as is usually the case if these big trailers drop kind of overnight my time anyway. But I think they probably dropped this because we've got Aladdin coming out next week, and they wanted like a big trailer like this to attach to Aladdin for another one of their kind of fairy tale reimaginings, remake kind of things. Now, this movie has kind of come out of nowhere as well, just as the trailer has. Disney, from memory, never really made like a huge announcement that they were doing this. They were going into production, that it was coming out. We kind of knew it was because there were like social media posts from Angelina, Jolie and stuff kind of going out on Instagram and stuff, and people were like, oh, okay, so they're making a second Maleficent. Then a couple of months back, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to bring it out this year, a couple of months' time, which is a bit weird for a big movie like this. But if we look at Disney's release schedule that they put out last week for detailing the next few years, they dropped Artemis Fowl off of this year's release schedule, put that to next year, and brought Maleficent into this year, I guess taking its spot on this year's release schedule, which can only tell me one thing, is that Disney are pretty confident with this, I suppose. Maybe they got it finished earlier than they had expected or hoped, and they're confident enough to go, yeah, let's put it out in a couple of months' time, so it's coming out this year. That can only bode well for this. I'm looking forward to checking this out. I was a fan of the first movie. I know people are divided on it, but obviously it did well enough for them to do another sequel a few years later. My favourite, I love the Disney remakes, you know this, varying degrees. But what I love the most with these is when they actually take liberties, they do something a little bit different from the original source. That's what I loved about Maleficent. It's the one, out of all the live action remakes they've done, I think that's the one you can pinpoint and go, alright, they did something different with this. They put a different slant on it. Now what I'm looking forward to this is that they're kind of extending this story and doing something kind of outside the realms of the original tale as well. Well, it's what I'm expecting anyway. We haven't really seen anything about this yet. So let's do it. I'm not sure what to expect from this trailer. I just get a good look, get a good feel idea for what the movie's about, I guess. So let's take a look, and then afterwards we'll go through my quick thoughts. So let's have a look.
I remember the story of an evil witch.
It's really visually beautiful, like the first one.
She cursed to sleep forever. The story became legend. But this is no fairy tale.
There are many who prey on the innocent. I'm sure your kind would agree.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were making a threat.
Well, do you?
Do I what?
No better.
What have you done?
Wow. Oh wow. Alright. Interesting. Oh, so I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what they're doing with this. Of course, the original one was sort of like a remake, a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, kind of a different take on it. But obviously, this one they're going kind of expanding the story. I guess a bit like how Alice in the Looking Glass did, where they're kind of telling a different story set within that same world, but taking a lot more artistic liberties with it. Looks like we're gonna have like a war for the kingdoms in this. Maleficent's coming out and she wants to take the throne or something. Of course, Michelle Pfeiffer is one of the new cast members in this. She's playing the Queen, I believe, and it really looks like she's being challenged by Maleficent. I can't really make odds and ends of it, but that's what a teaser trailer is about. It just gives a little tease and leaves us in a little bit of suspense, which I think it's pretty good. We do have a description here. We've got like a synopsis. It might give us a little bit more of an idea. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil is a fantasy adventure that picks up several years after Maleficent, in which audiences learned of the events that hardened the heart of Disney's most notorious villain and drove her to course a baby Aurora. The film continues to explore the complex relationship between the horned fairy and the soon-to-be queen as they form new alliances and face new adversaries in their struggle to protect the Moors and the magical creatures that reside within. So it sounds pretty cool. So like I said, it's like a bit of a battle for the kingdoms. And as we know, Maleficent's kind of like moniker, if you will, is Mistress of all evil. They're kind of just shortening that down to Mistress of Evil for this one. But a lot of what I was seeing on the internet were people saying, how does this work? How can you call the sequel Mistress of Evil when they really stripped back all the evil in the last one? Of course, they offered us like a more softened version of Maleficent. They tried to put a softer twist on her backstory, make us feel a lot of sympathy for this character. But I think, from what we've seen from this trailer, is it's really going to live up to this name, because there's some pretty evil stuff going on here, and it looks like she's really embracing her dark side again in this film. This looks very interesting, I think, and I like it. I think I like this. Not particularly one that I'm incredibly excited for, like I'm not going to get pumped and really pumped for this one just yet, but it's got my attention. Like I said, I enjoyed the first one. I really liked the first. I'm going to have to watch it again because I don't really remember it too much. I only watched it a couple of times when it first came out. But I like this. I think this could be pretty good. And like I said, I think Disney has a bit of confidence in this one for them bringing this release date so early, kind of out of nowhere. And I like what we're seeing here. I really, really like what we're seeing here. What did you guys out there think about Maleficent, Mistress of Evil? I know there's been a little bit of a divided reaction with fans about this movie to begin with. Now we've actually seen something about it. We've got a good idea of the synopsis. What do you guys think out there? Find away in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, you like what you've seen, you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now, and also hit that like button down below if you're feeling extra generous. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.